everyone. It's Bob. Welcome back once again to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. Thanks for coming. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing great. I'm starting to mentally prepare for my Vegas trip, which is coming up. And I love Vegas. It's my happy place. And unfortunately, this is the second time I've been able to go this year. And I'm squeezing it in before we get really busy at work. So that's good. While we're there, I'm also going to see Sarah Brightman, which is exciting. I'm happy to see her. She's only got, I think, 3 nights that she's singing in the United States in 2022, and I'm at one of them, so that's exciting. And I got great seats. I think they're right in the middle, like 15, 16 rows back, which isn't bad at all. So that'll be fun. I can't wait. I'll probably be talking about that at some point. So since I'm running out of time here, I need to squeeze in some reaction videos so that you have something to watch while I'm gone. And since I've been getting so many requests for Tool, I thought I would go ahead and react to one of their songs. And I think the number one song I've been asked to react to is Lateralus. And I figured, why not? Let's do it. So I pulled up the lyrics because there isn't an official lyric video. And there's no captions on the videos. I wish they had captions. That would be nice. And it was interesting when I kind of pulled things up. People kept mentioning the Fibonacci sequence. I'm like, I know what that is, but I couldn't remember. So I had to look it up. And sure enough, it was something I learned way back. I don't know, was it trigonometry or not trigonometry? Was it geometry or something? Somewhere I learned about that. And it goes way back. Like the ancient Greeks did something like this. And it's all based on the so-called golden ratio of 1.618. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers. Let's see if I can put it. I'll put them up here so you could see them, in which each number is a sum of the 2 numbers just before it. So let's start with 0 and 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So the first 3 numbers are 0, 1, 1. Then the 2 numbers next are 1 and 1, which is 2. And then you got 1 and 2, which is 3, 2 and 3, which is 5. So you can kind of see how those numbers are made. And that can go on forever. And what's interesting, except for the first few numbers, any given number is approximately, you want to guess, 1.618 times the preceding number, roughly. It's not exact, but it's roughly, and that's the golden ratio. So what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Numbers create this mathematical curve or spiral, if you will. It's pretty well known that the sequence often appears in nature, as well as clearly musical timings. For example, in nature, you got the Nautilus shell. I'm sure you've seen those. They're the shells that are really pointy in the middle, and then they kind of curve out. There's pictures of them everywhere. I've also heard that the Great Pyramids are modeled after that same sequence, as well as, and I don't get this one at all, but the Mona Lisa. I don't know, but I'll take their word for it. So what does that have to do with this song? I don't know, but it's a must listen. And hopefully after we do listen to it, we'll have a little bit understanding on how that whole stuff, what that has to do with the song. So let me get my headphones on and we're going to figure this out. It's not going to be an easy one, guys. So strap in. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Why am I nervous about this? I just get, when I listen to Tool, you just don't know what's coming. And this is a rather lengthy song, so I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to let this go, and then we'll break at some point here. So here's Tool. Sounds like a heartbeat. Oh, maybe not. Wow, guys, you got to listen to this on headphones. So interesting. Oh, this is awesome. There's the drums. Yeah. I love that beginning. All right, I'll look at the lyrics as we do this. Got this. Oh, these drums are insane. I know something. Okay, let's just pause there for a second. Wow. Must listen to on headphones. Without a doubt, you got to listen to this on headphones. I love how this song builds. I mean, right from the start, it goes from nothing, you hear nothing, then you slowly start hearing something. At first, I thought it was a heartbeat, but then it builds in an odd way. It almost sounded like a bubbling sound, almost like if lava would bubble. That's kind of what it would sound like. Well, eventually it turns into drums, which I thought they did that almost seamlessly. That was great. I'm guessing the entire song is probably centered around this Fibonacci sequence, and I figured it out. It was pretty easy because the way they sang it, it wasn't a normal way to sing it. He said black, then white R, all I see. So what you got, black is, so if you count out the syllables, black, then white R, so it's 1, 1, 2, all I see, 3, in my infancy, 5. Then I was counting, and I didn't count this out. I was hard to count when I was listening, but red and yellow then came to be. Red and yellow then came, that's 8, and then reaching out to me, which is 5. So I solved the puzzle. There's probably more than that, but that was pretty easy. So I'm not going to dig too deep into this, especially on my first listen, because I'm smart enough to know and have heard enough of Tool to know that it's not one thing. There's a lot more to this song. I will say, though, it creates movement, specifically spirals, and that's really what that whole sequence is about. For me, so far, the best feature of this song, those numbers don't do a lot for me, but the drums. Holy cow, the drums are the centerpiece of this song right now. So, all right, let's go ahead and listen to this some more, and then we'll talk again. Here we go. Oh, love that guitar. These drums are insane. I like that line, embrace the random. I like that a lot, actually. And then he says, embrace whatever may come, which is also interesting. Listen to that. You gotta listen to this on headphones, you guys. Okay, this looks like a good place to break one more time. So, do you notice the layering of the vocals at the end? That was interesting. So for the second time, they mentioned separating the body from the mind. Haven't got a full handle on that one yet. We'll circle back to that. What I find more interesting is this reference, which I also think they've done a couple times now, or did I just read it twice? They talk about the reference to black and white, then colors. Are they talking about people, like black and white, and then colors, red, yellow? I don't know. Not sure. Or are they talking about how we grow as infants? Because they do mention infants, I think. Is that the word they used? Or did they use a child? I don't remember. But as an infant, we would see kind of in black and white because we don't know anything yet. And as we grow and we're exposed to things, maybe that's when the colors come in. I'm not sure where they're going with that. The spiral is mentioned 3 times. And it's interesting that when he says spiral, which is part of the sequence, he sings the word higher, almost like to emphasize it. So I find that weird. That was, as far as the timing, that's kind of cool, but it's nothing special. But for him now to be mentioning actually the word spiral, I find that interesting. All right. So with that said, I do need to step back from it a bit and just listen to the song and not overanalyze the lyrics and especially the math, because it's going to be a failure for me if I just keep looking at math. So let's play this to the end. It looks like we've gotten at least almost 3/4 of the way through it. So we'll go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Here we go. Oh. This is insane listening to this. I I can almost see the music spiraling. This is an amazing song. Oh my gosh, all right, that's not the ending I was thinking, but wow, that ending was nuts. Yeah, that's it. All right, that was really an interesting ending. Wow. Um, I don't know. It's somewhat interesting that musically the song kind of does spiral out and gets more aggressive, if you will. But while that's all happening, his vocals are really remaining pretty constant. The only thing that really changed is, like I said, especially when they were singing those, when he first started singing the word spiral, there was some layering in his vocals. But other than that, I didn't see him work any harder at what he was singing. He doesn't push his vocals, and I don't know if that's by design or what, but he really doesn't, unless he's that good and we just don't even know it, notice it. Again, I'm not going to overanalyze the song, even though with Tool, it's almost a must do. I need to just think about this for a second. That was musically an amazing song. And like I said 3 times now, you got to listen to it with headphones. Lyrically, typical Tool. You're going to have to listen to this numerous times and probably listen to a lot of other people's opinions to formulate your own opinion. I don't think there is one set explanation of what this song is about, and I haven't seen that, I think, with any Tool song yet. So, all right, let me get my headphones off. Let me just regroup here a little bit, and I will be back for my final thoughts. This was awesome, you guys. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Final thoughts time. Tool exhausts me when I listen to their music because it's not like it means one thing and then it's right there and then they spoon feed you. They don't do that. You have to figure everything out. And I was thinking that there had to be more to this song than just counting out the 1, 1, 2, 3, 5 in the syllables. I think Tool is deeper than that. So I took a minute and I looked things up, and there was actually way more math involved in this than I realized. I was patting myself on the back for figuring that one thing out, but I wasn't even close. So I wrote down just a couple of the things, and this starts getting a little more interesting now. The introduction is 1 minute and 12 seconds long. 1, 1, 2. That's pretty cool. The first verse starts at 97 seconds, which is 1 point, you guessed it, 618 minutes, which is the golden ratio. That's even more interesting. The verses are 55 seconds long, which is a number in the sequence. So, and there was more. There was way more than that, but there's no need for me to go over everything. That's not the point of this, but you get the idea that there was a lot of thought put into this. Now, why they did this, I'm not 100% sure. Just for fun, or maybe it just seemed like the right thing to do for them. I don't know. Also, I mentioned earlier that I couldn't quite get a grasp on this one line, um, on the separation of the body and the mind. I'm thinking it's more simple than I was trying to make it out to be. I think if you overthink or overanalyze something, you're thinking about it so much, you hurt your body because you're using up your mind so much. There's a balance you have to reach. And I think if you do that, you miss out on things. I think maybe that's what they're saying. And maybe that holds true with over analyzing this song. I'm probably way over analyzing it. Bottom line, uh, as far as the song goes, I'm thinking that when things start to spiral, whether out of control or whatever, when things start to spiral, don't freak out. Life isn't some straight line. Because if you freak out, it causes you, I think, to lose focus and direction, which is not always the best thing to do in life. This song is a masterpiece, you guys. There's no way I'm going to figure this out in one listen, but it's really good. I'm not sure where this song rates compared to their other songs, but to me, and I've only heard a few of their songs, I can't see this getting much better. It's just so good. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to my channel to be a lifer, that would be great. And I also have links below in the comment section for my Patreon page and my YouTube membership page, and also all sorts of things you could buy. There's a link there for that, as well as the link for my book if you're interested in purchasing my record adapter book, which makes great Christmas gifts. All right, you guys, listen, have a great day. Thanks so much for listening through all this. Please don't butcher me. I've heard the song one time and I did my best, but it was really a fun listen. And thank you so much for the recommendations. Keep them coming because I love them. All right. Peace out, you guys. Talk to you next time. All right. Bye.